Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be going over pretty much the thread that is connected to the patch notes for 1.5.8. I do this after every single update. What we're going to do is we're going to see what people have to say about the update, stuff that's going on with the update, and also I have a couple of pages later on that have some good information from the developers. So without further ado, I'm going to link it down below, and if you did miss my patch review where it shows off all the new features, I'm going to link that down below for you guys, but yeah, let's get right to it. So here's all the patch notes, all good. And I also have a video on the beta hotfix, but if you did not see it, it was just one fix. There was no live hotfix, it was just the beta hotfix. And the cursor, the mouse cursor, sometimes permanently disappeared. I'm guessing this was related to the ability to actually make the mouse disappear whenever you hold right click or whenever you hold the middle mouse button. But that has not been fixed. It will not permanently disappear. So that's good to see. But here we go. So we got a good job. Hope for some real multiplayer content. Yeah, there wasn't that much in this one. 9 Battanian helmets. Very curious to see what they made. Here's the thing. Look. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. It might be. But I feel like whenever they add like something like, 9 helmets or an extra armor piece here, an extra armor piece there, am I the only one who just doesn't get so excited for it? I'd rather have some good optimization fixes. I'd rather have some like new kind of little feature or a new AI fix. I'd rather have that than an extra helmet. Like, I don't mind it, don't get me wrong. I don't care. Like, cool, we got more helmets, cool. But I feel like whenever they add like a new like piece of gear, people are just like, oh my god, can you believe it? And it's I don't think it's that hype. You know what I mean? That's not how he said it, but what I'm trying to say is, whenever they see this, they skip over everything else and comment on just the gear. You know what I mean? I'm not hating. I'm just saying it's like a meh fix to me, but I know people do like it a lot. But for me, it's just like, okay. There's already a ton of gear in the game. Like, personally, there is a ton of gear. If you go in the cheat menu and you scroll through, there's hundreds. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't get too excited about it, but, other people do, though. Let's keep it going. I have no idea what this says. Finally, fix some values on how the armor values work. Okay. Guessing that has to do with the weights that were changed. The multiplayer changes, okay, I can't really speak on that. I don't know what that is, I'm not going to click on it. I'm so glad that barbers can no longer carry weapons. I didn't really understand that fix either. I didn't even put that in my review because I was like, I don't know what the significance of this is, but yeah, thank God, man. I'm weak. I see many cool features, I really like it. I also have a question. Okay, so this is the battle formations. Okay, consider a random spawn system that will automatically activate after the number of enemy soldiers and our soldiers are properly compared. This active random spawn system should provide a one-time or multiple deployment of troops. This should be completely random, completely variable, and continuously variable. I have no idea. I can't answer that, but that's currently how they're gonna spawn, as of right now. Finally, this one came pretty soon, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like this one came pretty soon. I was expecting 1.5.8 to come out halfway through this month, not right when the month began. I'll be honest with you, caught me off guard. Pillaging, yeah, I like the pillaging feature. I think that needs to be changed. I think the amount of gold you get for pillaging or devastating the settlement is way too low. It's in like the hundreds and sometimes, 67 gold if you choose to pillage. Like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, what is that? If you're taking over settlements, a place that can give you an income of like a couple thousand per day, you know what I mean? The high couple thousands too. What is 100 or 60 gold just for pillaging it? Why would I want to ruin my relationship with everyone in there for 60 gold? Do you know what I mean? Like, they gotta up that drastically. I'm talking in the couple thousands, maybe in the tens of thousands. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna ruin my relationship with all these people for some money, you better pay me. That's just my theory of it. But I do like the implementation of it, like the choice of it, right? Obviously, it's more than just money. If you devastate, usually you want to devastate places that are not the same culture as you and show mercy to settlements that are the same culture. and Pillage is kind of like the normal option where no one really gets mad at you. But if you devastate, some lords and nobles are going to get mad at you, and if you show mercy, some lords and nobles will get mad at you. Same way that if you execute somebody, some lords or nobles are going to get mad at you. And if you pillage, it's like the safe option. No one really gets mad at you. It's a lot right there. Keep battles, siege AI fixed. Not yet, brother. They're still working on it. We have a question. Are keep battles in prison breaks scrapped or still being worked on? Developer responds they're being developed, not scrapped. Yeah, that's what I would expect. You know what I mean? Those are probably going to take more time, definitely. And, you know, probably say on like the 1.6, 1.61. And then I know the next update is going to be 1.59. That was, what's it called? Dev did talk about that. But, yeah, I didn't expect it to see it this soon anyways. And plus something like that, I want them to work a little bit more on to make sure it's, you know, it's crisp, it's good. You know, we don't want to rush it, and for it to be good, you got to kind of work it out. All right, so that's the first page. Now I'm gonna just go to these right over here and see what we can more information we get. So here are the 9 helmets. I was kind of lazy, but at the same time not really lazy. I didn't want to drive myself crazy yesterday before making the video of the review where I had to go find each one of these helmets. The reason why is because yes, you can put the game to 1.5.7, use the cheat menu, and then, you know, what I did was I took a picture of every single helmet, you know what I mean, as I scrolled down, and then I would go to 1.5.8 and find the new ones that were added. The problem is the names of like 80% of the armor were changed, because that was another part of the update where, you know, things like Southern or Northern were no longer the names. So the names were changed for so much gear. And I was thinking to myself, there's no way I'm going to find these 9, what's the thing? 9 needles in this haystack. Because, like I said before, there are hundreds of just headgear in the game by themselves. There's hundreds of them. You know what I mean? So here they are. You know, someone found it. Good for them. I was not going to waste my time. They all look very similar. You have some differences, definitely, but they all have like kind of the same aspect to them, right? There they are for anybody who's super interested. There it is. They look all right. These look like these look like helmets that would cost between about 1,000 to 3,000, I would say. And these guys with like the little tail in the back. Those probably cost the most, but yeah, nothing too crazy. Cool, not enough, but keep it up. Listen, dog. Listen, dog. I'm not even gonna say anything. Listen, people. God, always the negativity, man. Whatever. We're gonna skip this. Good one, man. You got him. This guy, he also makes some good Bannerlord content. Thanks for the update. There it is. What else we got? By God, tell me this is not a joke. Well, see, here's the thing. What did you expect? Everything to be like 30, 40K helmets? Like, this is exactly what I expected. You know what I mean? It would just literally be kind of like a certain style with different variations, and they wouldn't be like very expensive gear. Whenever they add new gear, even for the previous patches, it's never gear that's like high tier, 400K, this. No, it's usually like the other armors they've added for like the past 3 patches, they were only like 1,600. One was like 700 dinars. They weren't anything super crazy. And I'm pretty sure it's just so troops can get them, and so you can kind of it's not like for the player to really get. You can get it, right? But it's more for the troops to get it, and then you can see what type of troop it is and kind of recognize it better in the field of battle. That's why they're all kind of very similar. So whenever you see troops like this, you can kind of tell they are battalions. That's kind of what they're going for, if you know, if that's what you wanted, what's it called? If you wanted to know, you know. All right, glad to see these implemented, no problem. There it is. Keep the suggestions going. There it is. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so we have a big, oy. Okay, let's see what the devs have to say, and then I'm going to see if I could just read this because there's a lot here. All right, so the dev replies to this big one right over here. Actually, let's read the first paragraph. So the player. There must be some miscommunication happening here because what I'm talking about is abandoning mechanical ownership of a town/castle, not simply leaving the town/castle with yourself and your party. Inhabiting a settlement after destroying it is madness. The settlement would be much more of a liability than an asset. This also happens to be the case sometimes even without actually pillaging the settlements because the town is simply too far away from any other settlement your faction owns or whatever. It is for that purpose the game solely needs an option to pillage towns without actually conquering them. Yeah, so here's what I thought. I thought like the devastate option, I would be able to do that and then not take control of it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I'd be able to devastate it and then just, all right, I'll see you later. I'll see you next Tuesday or something like that, and just bounce. It wouldn't become mine. So it doesn't really make sense to devastate unless it really doesn't. If it gave me a lot of gold, I would think about it. But it doesn't even give you a lot of gold. So it's like, I get his point. But, all right, let's see what the devs say. When part of a kingdom, this is the dev speaking, when part of a kingdom, the player does not actually own the settlements after a conquest. It is distributed in a kingdom decision that takes into account who conquered it, but also evaluates the distribution of fiefs into the kingdom as well as the relationship between lords. Once you are given a fief in a kingdom, you do have the option to relinquish it to be distributed to someone else or to be granted to one of your vassals if you are king. That is true. You can give it away. That was added a couple patches ago. Having said that, I'm happy to bring up the suggestion to not take control of the settlements after a siege. It would only really make sense as a player option, in my opinion, though. Devastator or non-settlements are the best value in the game. Not to mention that the investment to siege it will often hardly be worth it if it isn't kept. Here will be a cool thing. I agree, but here will be a cool thing. If you devastate a settlement, it can't be used. New recruits can't be made. It has to be rebuilt. As it's being rebuilt, same way when a village needs to be rebuilt after a raid, the owner has to pay everything but doesn't get any income from it. Therefore, if you really want to devastate a kingdom, you take a couple towns, you devastate all of them, you leave it for them to repair, and their money goes significantly down. Therefore, they go broke. Therefore, they can't afford troops. Therefore, you win, buy 4D chests. Boom, boom, boom. I think that is the best way to do it. I don't know if that's exactly how they will do it. It probably won't be, but I think that would be the best way for it to be done. But, yeah. Right now, devastate isn't really a good option unless you up the money. You up the money, you up the stakes. Might be worth it. All right, let's go to the last one right over here. All right, so you have a player asking a question and then a developer answering it. All right, so player, is this new? The Empire besieging Makeb? I just attacked the punk near them and then joined in. I wasn't aware parties can join in while they're making siege camps. What's funny is the tent icon go up and swiveled up. Wait, what? The Empire is besieging Makeb. I just attacked the punk near them and they joined in. I wasn't aware parties can join in when they were making siege camps. They can join in if they're close to it. Yes, they can, regardless if they're making siege camps or not. So, RIP to you. Or wait. Oh, okay, no. So actually, no. He's joining the big army. All right. So, okay. So it's actually a good thing. Okay. So Dev responds, it's not new. Problem here is movement of tents actually. If we do not let sieger parties join, then it will be a weird situation. Also, you will attack an enemy near or over the tents and nobody will help him. We would try to solve this problem by 1, not moving tents, and 2, reducing joining radius for sieger parties. Yeah, I think it should stay the way it is though. I think it's fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it makes sense. If they're close, they're going to help. I think it makes perfect sense. But I think that will do it. I checked all the other pages. Not much else in terms of replies. It is the weekend. They are taking, the weekend as they always do. I'll probably see, because we did get a hotfix, obviously today. We'll probably see another hotfix later, probably next week. And yeah, overall, good patch. Nothing too crazy, but good patch. Solid patch. And there you guys go. Ask me any questions, any concerns, and like always, stay safe.